What's good with it, family? It is me, Coach 67 Sports TV. Shout out to the awesome and amazing LDBC, Lions Den Broadcasting Community. Shout out to the Louisiana All-American Sports Network. Of course, I'm looking forward to this football season and doing commentary for them. It's a shout out to Lindell Mitchell, Eric Hatfield. Shout out to M Vision Photography and Video. You can also catch him at Marlon Harvey on Facebook. And shout out to the greatest university in the world, the Southern University, home of the mighty Jaguars. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Let's get it. All right. Let's see what it do. Let's scroll up to the top. Let's see who in the building. Man, salute to Doc Holiday, HBCU Overdrive. He said, what it do? Man, what's good with you? Man, y'all go over there and y'all support Doc Holiday. In fact, support all of the content creators in the HBCU football space. But, man, I rock with Doc Holiday. Heavy, man, y'all go over there and y'all check out Doc Holiday. Man, salute to the family, KC. You know, in here, go Jags. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, shoot. All right. Let's see who else we got. Let's scroll down. Adrian Crook, well, yeah. I'm in here. I had to go take care of some BI, though, you know what I'm saying? But I'm back in the building, you dig? Man, major shout out. Man, shout out to my brother Jared 11 Green. Y'all definitely come to his channel tomorrow. We're going to be talking about some of the same stuff I'm talking about tonight. We're going to be talking about tomorrow night on his channel. Y'all come over to his channel and check him out. Brother Jared 11 Green, special HBCU Fanatics edition of the Southern Baller Show tomorrow night. Y'all come through, check us out. Man, shout out to my LDBC brother, another member of Jaguar Nation, another former Jaguar player, my brother Jay Good. Man, salute to Jay Good. Salute to the family. Relax and calm rain. He say salute, coach. Man, salute to motivation to be a millionaire. He say salute, Coach 67 chat and Jaguar Nation. Man, salute motivation to be a millionaire. Man, salute to Teldron Leathers. He says, salute, Coach, what up? Man, hey, all is well. I can't complain. Salute to your boy, Jay. He said, go Jags. Salute to Joseph David. He says, sup, Coach 67 Sports TV. Man, what's good with your fam? Teldron Leathers say, let's go Jags. Joseph David says, so the Jags are 9-3. QBs, not good, unfortunately, but I think it's going to work out. And Juice HD say, I'm in here. Man, salute to you, Juice HD. Of course, y'all can see the title. Breaking news, quarterback Jamari Jones out at Southern. And one thing that, you know, in my circle we've been talking about, and it's a hot topic issue for some Jaguar fans, especially for J-State fans. Is Trey Holly the key the SWAC championship, does Trey Holly's arrival across town, coming on the bluff, does that make Southern University the front runner to win a SWAC championship? Some believe that it does. Most people I talk to don't believe that's the case, but there's a certain contingent in Jaguar Nation that believes that the arrival of Trey Holly makes Southern a front runner and win the SWAC championship. Not only the SWAC championship, but also the Black National Championship. But it is what it is. And man, salute to Israel Carey. He said, "Cook, tell me Jamari is not out." Yeah, Israel Carey. Unfortunately, he is. So let me not delay things when it comes to Jamari Jones. This is on social media. Let me see. Let me pull it up. Southern has bid farewell to graduate transfer quarterback Jamari Jones. The East Mississippi Community College transfer left the team for personal reasons. Coach Graves said. He said he had some personal things going on at home. Graves said, "We wish him well. We know it's tough because it's difficult to juggle, I guess, what you have to juggle as a player and family life. And as a result, basically, he left. He's no longer with Southern. He's no longer on the bluff. And basically, Coach Graves wished him well. I wish him well also. I'm not even going to lie, despite what people say about him, he played well in a 2025 Blue versus Gold spring game. I'm not going to lie, he played well. But from what I'm understanding, of course, we know that the quarterback job, it's Jalen Wood's job to lose. We knew this coming into the spring. We knew this headed into summer camp. Of course, Southern, since they playing, I don't even call it week 0. They played super early this season against North Carolina Central in a SWAC versus MEAC challenge. And as a result, Southern started much earlier than usual. And, basically what I saw, based on what I saw at the Blue versus Gold spring game, and from what I heard behind the scenes once, McCoy came through, essentially, Woods is more the pocket passer. McCoy is more of the running quarterback. Jamari Jones was in the middle. And even from what I'm understanding, Compton from Bunkie, because myself and my brother Jay Good, we was talking about this behind the scenes, I worked in a Vols Parish like 10 years ago for like 3 years. Like, towards the end of 2012, 13, 14, 15, for those almost 3 full school years. And I'm not gonna lie, like a lot of athletes that I coached in that area, for you to excel and make it from out of there, I'm not even gonna lie, like you have to be immensely talented and you have to have a certain degree of focus, because I'm not gonna lie, a lot of players that I coach, even the most talented ones, like for whatever reason, they just lack focus. And for him to come from Bunkie and come from a Vols Parish and come to Southern, and from what I'm understanding, they say, man, this boy is shining. So I think it's more of a situation where more than likely Jamari Jones just probably ended up being an odd man out from what I'm understanding and what I'm hearing. But I mean, it's crazy, you know what I'm saying? And from what I'm understanding, of course, Woods is going to be the starting quarterback. However, they say Cam McCoy, he been excelling also. He's been playing exceptionally well, and as a result, they have a special package for him for these dual threat running type quarterbacks. And basically, the sad part about it is Jamari Jones ended up being an odd man out. I mean, the good thing about it is he's already graduated. However, I was talking again. This is an ongoing dialogue between myself and Jay Good behind the scenes. At this late in the game, where does he anticipate going? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know where he can land. So unless he plans on not playing, I mean, I don't know. Juice HD said, yeah, Cam probably scared bro away. from what I'm understanding, not scared him, but outplayed him away. So, and Joseph Davis said, is the offensive line improved from 2024? I mean, from all intents and purposes, what I'm hearing is pretty much the same line, but they have more continuity. They're playing better. I mean, from what I saw, they played much better outside of the first series in the Blue versus Gold spring game. They played better, and not only that, but from what I'm understanding, they playing good in camp. In fact, I've been seeing quite a bit of footage, from camp, from people that, that's in a certain circle that I'm in. They've been sending me clips and highlights or whatever. I don't put on every single thing I hear or see, but from what I'm seeing, everything looking good. You know what I'm saying? Israel Carey say, if they're good, you'll be all right, your boy Jay. But hey, Israel Carey, time gonna tell. I mean, from what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing, I think they're looking good. So, and Drew says decent, yeah, he hearing Compton legit. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Everything I'm hearing about Compton from Bunkit, they say, man, this young man is he a dog and he is a baller. I don't know if he's gonna red shirt. More than likely, he probably will. But either way, like they said, I'm understanding. I don't know if he's taking scout team reps or whatever, but whatever he's doing, they say he is shining. Not just shining, he's shining. So I mean, that's a good sign. So even with Jamari Jones out, they might not have the depth that they once had with 4 quarterbacks, in the quarterback room. You bump it down to 3, but I mean, you got Woods, you got McCoy, and you got Compton. So I mean, hey, that's a good trio from what I'm hearing in terms of the way all 3 of them looking. You know what I'm saying? So that's the Jamari Jones side of things. That was pretty much the first part of the headline. I'm gonna talk with Trey Holly on the back end, but I just kind of want to touch on a few other things too. And not only that, but I see this all the time. When it came to like Bashawn McCray and Noah, from of course we know Bashawn McCray, he did not find a soft place to land, and from what I'm understanding, Noah didn't either. So at the end of the day, a lot of these guys, when they're jumping in the transfer portal and they're jumping in and out, like you have to be certain that you're gonna find somewhere to land when you jump in a transfer portal. And not only that, but I mean, with the whole, it's the wild, wild west nowadays with NIL money and the transfer portal. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know the way things were set up in the late 90s, it benefited Coach Richardson in Southern to a large degree because a lot of players was coming from LSU, the Jermaine Sharps, the Michael Hayes, the Nemesis Bates, Chris Cooper type players, and those individuals transferred from LSU to Southern because of the way it was set up. If you were playing on the FBS level, it was 1-8 in. If you transfer to another 1A program, you'd sit out a year. But if you transfer to a 1AA program, you were able to play immediately. And a lot of players transferred from LSU to Southern, and man, they became starters immediately. You know what I'm saying? And truthfully speaking, Coach Richardson, he benefited from that. But Nick Saban saw too many LSU players leaving from LSU and coming to Southern. So he had to block it. The last one that transferred was Junior Joseph. I had classes with Michael Hayes, Nemesis Bates, Junior Joseph too. Junior Joseph was the last one that transferred. After LSU won the national championship, the Southern won the Black national championship, and they had the parade of champions downtown Baton Rouge. That was a beautiful moment, And after Junior Joseph, that was it. Nick Saban, he blocked that, so you couldn't transfer from LSU to Southern. And the irony is, he ended up leaving after that to leave LSU to go eventually coach the Miami Dolphins. Then he left the Miami Dolphins to go coach Alabama. So I mean, it's crazy. But I wish Jamari Jones well. Hopefully everything works out for him. I mean, I don't know what his future holds. I know from what I'm understanding, he already graduated. So I mean, that's a blessing, And your boy Jay said, Bashawn McCray gave me nightmares. Oh, man, for real, I'm not going to lie, man. This boy. One thing I say about him, he was a good athlete, but he wasn't a quarterback. And that's just being generous about it. Joseph Davis said, may need to go find Barton or McCray for insurance. No, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be honest with you. Barton he didn't like the world on fire. Wherever Noah at, let Noah be where Noah at. We don't need him back. I hate to say that about players, but I'm going to call a speed a speed. I'm not even going to hold back. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Teldrin Leather said, Noah at Eastern Washington. Well, hey, congratulations to him. I'm glad it worked out for him, but from what I saw, I saw him on social media recently, and I didn't see him. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he did, Jay Good said, will LSU cooperate with SU being a feeder or eventually hate? LOL. No, see, that's the thing about it. I can't speak to Brian Kelly and his mindset, but I can tell you one thing. Saban didn't like how so many Southern players was transferring from. I mean, so many LSU players were transferring from LSU to Southern. The crazy thing about it, a lot of those players were like buried on the depth chart at LSU, and they wasn't gonna ever see the light of day. But he just didn't want to transfer across town. I'll give you an example. I remember I had this class. The same professor, he sits in the same section that I sit in AW, right? And it was this business class. And they had this running back at LSU named Parquette. And the season had started. I think it was like, I'm not mistaken, it might have been like 01. Had to be 01 because 9/11 hit that same season. And basically Parquette was talking about, since he wasn't getting no run at LSU, he was going to transfer from LSU to Southern. So Nick Saban placated him, and he gave him some garbage time at the end of one of those games. And Parquette, he said, all right, I'm cool. I'm not going to transfer to Southern. I'm going to stay here at LSU. And then after that, guess what? He didn't see the field none the rest of the year. So Nick Saban played that young man. He made him think he was going to get some run, and he didn't even. After that one game, I don't think he played him again than the rest of the season. You know what I'm saying? Blackwater Bayou. Man, salute to Blackwater Bayou. Salute Coach and chat. Go Jags. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Salute Blackwater Bayou. Darren Gaines said, we got to set the tone for the North Carolina Central game. I agree 100%. 100%, 100%, 100%. Your boy Jay said, I did see LSU fans very supportive of this. It makes me wonder if Holly is successful, will more want to come to Southern? And I'm not going to lie, that's a very interesting point. We kind of talked about it in the last live stream from the perspective of hopefully that, like Jay Good and you and other people pointed out, hopefully that reopens that window that Coach Richardson and Southern benefited from so much in the late 90s and early 2000s with so many LSU players that was buried on the depth chart transferring to Southern. And I'm not going to lie, Trey Holly's situation, is very unique. Hopefully the legal and justice system plays out the way it's supposed to. But that young man, he was dealt a very bad hand, a very unfortunate situation. And basically, at the end of the day, he in a tough situation. And like you said, your boy Jay, Tiger Nation is very supportive of Trey Holly. So hopefully everything works out for both Trey Holly and for Southern. And many people think that Trey Holly transferring to Southern, it makes Southern the front runners to win the SWAC championship. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. Let me get to a couple other topics I really want to touch on real quick. Also, I saw on social media, they were saying how, for the past couple of years, Cornelius Brown Ford, he been garnering a lot of attention for Alabama A&M. So basically, this is going to be his chance, his year, and his opportunity to deliver on the field. So we're going to see if Cornelius Brown Ford for Alabama A&M, if he going to be all that, in terms of the headlines he was making behind the scenes, so on and so forth. It's going to be interesting to see, how things transpire. You know what I'm saying? One other thing I want to point out too, I'm not into all the ninja gossip, but of course, as we know, former NBA player Gilbert Arenas, he got arrested. And one of the things he really synonymous for is going on a podcast and saying Jackson State wasn't paying the coaches and that they had no insurance or benefits. First and foremost, who in the hell told him that? Who fed him this lie, or did he just run with this narrative on his own and he turn around and go on the podcast and spew this venom? Look, I'm going to be honest with you. When it comes to SWAC schools, I want Southern to be king of the hill, king of the mountain, and kick behind and take names. But anytime you disrespect any other SWAC school, I have a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? So, you got to be careful when you're talking about people, especially when you're a black person and you talking trash and you putting on other black people. You putting on other black people and you talking out the side of your neck. You know what I'm saying? Now, all this ninja gossip he been doing, talking about like Akeem Olajuwon and how these players need to stop paying to go get tips from him and pointing from him. I'm like, dude, if you put your career and Akeem Olajuwon's career side by side, like you made third team all NBA like 3 times, but you never won a NBA championship. You wasn't league MVP. You wasn't finals MVP. So it's like, bro, why you always got to talk out the side of your neck, bro? You know what I'm saying? Nah, you done got caught in this jam in this pickle. And in all actuality, you talking trash about Jackson State. Now look where you at, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I wish him well. I wish everything works out for him. But hey, like you got to be cautious when you engaging in all this ninja gossip, all this ninja gossip, and you talking out the side of your neck, and you talking about SWAC schools, man. Hey, bro, keep SWAC schools' name out your mouth. If you're not gonna talk about, Jackson State and SWAC schools in a positive light, just keep your mouth closed, bro. You know what I'm saying? I can't stand when these ninjas on big platforms talk down on HBCUs and SWAC schools. It make me sick to my stomach. So, it's ironic how everything worked out for him. So, hopefully things works out for him. But hopefully it's a learning lesson for him in terms of, him talking out his behind and out the side of his neck when he talking about SWAC schools. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. Now, for the primary, topic, well, the second portion of it, of course, we talked about Jamari Jones. Also, in fact, let me hit the comments real quick before we jump into the Trey Holly component of the show. Darren Gaines said that's the best thing about HBCUs. We offer second chances. Yes, sir. Jay Good 100. Israel Carey, mental illness. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest with you, Israel Carey. He really pissed me off when he was talking that trash with Jackson State. But the thing about Gilbert Arenas, he just strike me as just a goofy ass ninja. You know what I'm saying? Like a goofy. Like he always said stupid stuff, did stupid stuff, the gun incident. And your boy Jay must have read my mind. You know what I'm saying? He said Gilbert is known for having guns in the locker room. Of course, he had the incident with a teammate off of unpaid gambling debt, and he pulled the gun on him. All right. I didn't stop liking him because of that incident. What transpired after the fact was this clown, like, during pregame or celebration or whatever, he do the double gun salute, the double barrel salute. I'm like, dude, you got to be stupid. Like, he's always been the kind of guy that's been goofy for one, but second of all, just don't have the ability to read the room. Dude, you got to be able to know how to read the room, but for him to say and do some of the stuff he's done, I don't think it's mental illness, Israel Carey. I think he's just a goofy ninja to keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? But, hopefully it's a learning lesson for him. Hopefully, he get out the gym he in. But hopefully, moving forward, once he gets out the gym, he learn how to shut the F up. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about it. These NBA players, Jay Good, he said gambling, huh? I mean, it was I don't think it was like, hey, we gambling, $50 million in the locker room. But the crazy thing about it is, like you said, the incident he got now is a gambling incident. I think that's much to do about nothing from the standpoint of they were playing a poker game or whatever. He wasn't there. He was renting his house out to somebody. Evidently, some big time people was at this thing. From what I'm understanding, he looking at like Fed charges. He looking at like 15 years. So I don't know. To me, I feel like the whole Diddy situation, Gilbert Arenas, anytime you have these black professional athletes and former professional athletes put on display, I feel like it really is a distraction because, what about this whole Epstein Island situation? It's like Trump has made that entire situation disappear, and we're going to dang a couple of ninjas out there in front of y'all to make y'all forget about the whole Epstein Island fiasco. Of course, Trump and Epstein was real big friends. So it's ironic how, I'm not gonna lie, the whole no Diddy situation, it was so bad. It got to the point this past school year, man, I used to have to tell kids like, hey, y'all not allowed to say no Diddy in my presence. I'm sick of that. Like, y'all have all the smoke for black celebrities, but y'all have no smoke for white celebrities. But yeah, Edwin Moore say, wait, huh? He said, wait, huh? Well, what transpired, Edwin Moore, is Gilbert Arenas, former NBA player, used to play with the Washington Wizards and the Golden State Warriors. I think he played for the Orlando Magic also. He's been arrested for some kind of like illegal gambling situation, whatever. Right? But a while back, he was talking out the side of his neck when he came to Jackson State in terms of, talking about, Jackson State. They wasn't paying the coaches and right, and the coaches didn't have benefits and health insurance and that type of crap. And me, like, it's one thing when Southern and Jackson State going at each other, but hey, we family as far as I'm concerned, you know what I'm saying? Now, I plan on when y'all coming to AW, Southern gonna kick y'all behind. And after we kick y'all behind, we're gonna love on y'all after that. But for somebody else outside of the SWAC to be talking greasy about SWAC schools, hey, bro, shut the F up. You didn't go to no SWAC school, you know what I'm saying? You went to Arizona, talk about Arizona business. You know what I'm saying? Talk about Big 12 or Pac 12 or Pac 10 or whatever. Talk about their business. Don't talk about the SWAC, bro. Like, shut the hell up, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I took offense to that. So that's how Gilbert Arenas came up in this live stream. If that makes sense for all the individuals just joining, like Edwin Moore, salute to Edwin Moore. Salute to my brother, Autism Boy College 81, salute. He was saying Shannon Sharp being fired from ESPN. He's being sued again. And they was talking about basically my brother, 7 8 Sports TV, the general, the leader of this organization that we in. Basically, he did a video about it. I've been so busy today, I hadn't been able to check it out. But see, that's the thing about it. I feel like once you pay one of these chicks, it kind of opened the floodgates, you know what I'm saying? So, that's my whole issue with, first you paid the first no bunny, you know what I'm saying? Nah, guess what? All them coming out the woodworks, you know what I'm saying? So, now I'll say, you didn't do nothing, and you didn't break no laws, you did nothing illegal, immoral, unethical. Man, I'll stand on business. Me, I'd rather pay extra money and fight it than, Extra Cook said, we ain't showing love afterwards. Get your chicken and leave. Man, Ezra Cook, boy, you a savage, boy. Yeah, Edwin Moore said, in fact, this family, you ain't family. Sit what now. Yeah, man, he need to sit down and shut the F up. You know what I'm saying? We talking about J State, you know what I'm saying? Man, salute to my brother Desmond Allen. He says, salute, big dog, man. We're good with you, fam. G Boom said you should have listened to Molly. Yeah, man, hey, bro, he need to, look, if he gonna mess with all these little snow bunnies, that's his business. But to me, I think he should stick with his own people and being into the race, playing all that. Man, hey, bro, that's some weird, goofy nonsense to me. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And Teldrin Leather said I saw him suing him and Chad for saying the chick lost her husband due to being at Usher concert with the cherry stuff, but she was never married, so she's suing for that. Oh man, this is nonsense. And Jay Good was saying, you see the energy out there is that they want your door to fail or get cut. Why? Man, I don't know, bro. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Prime is another one. I was pissed at him with the way he left Jackson State. Instead of him just leaving saying, hey, I appreciate that. opportunity Jackson State gave me, but I'm leaving. I'm making more money. It's a better opportunity on a higher level. I respected that, but for him to talk about, all the issues they got supposedly in Jack and they did this and they did that, like, bro, just shut the F up and just leave and take your money. But of course, with that being said, I know he's been going through his whole situation with, him going through bladder cancer. Hopefully everything is well with him. And then, of course, the whole Shedeur Sanders hate. I'm going to be honest with you. I hope he end up being a starting quarterback for the Browns, me personally. You know what I'm saying? Joe Flacco, I've never been a fan of his, to keep it a buck. And, Deshaun Watson, he guaranteed all the money, but he probably done because, he hasn't played since he sat out that little walk the Houston Texans. He hasn't been the same quarterback. And, they got 5 quarterbacks on the roster. A couple of them probably going to end up leaving, end up being traded or cut or whatever. Hopefully, I'm not going to lie, hopefully he end up being a starting quarterback, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying? Adrian Crook said, Jay Good, I feel like them. Man, that's what Adrian Crook savage. Jay Good, them folks want to humble a brother. That's how America roll. Yeah, big facts there, one more. Nothing new is under the sun. Big facts. I agree with you 100%, you know what I'm saying? Adrian Cook said, Jay Good, they didn't pay him for playing time. He got camp money. Oh, all right. G Boom said, I didn't like how you skipped the SWAC press conference after the championship game. Yeah. And I mean, from what I'm understanding, he wasn't even going to coach in a Celebration Bowl, but I mean, I don't know, So he ended up coaching and then he ended up leaving and going to Colorado. But I didn't like the way that whole fiasco ended. And then, of course, I damn for sure didn't like him parading around his known racist drug chief, Ryan Garcia, around his players at Colorado. I'm like, look, bro, you talking about this dude, good Christian stand-up guy, man. Clearly, you're not vetting the people you bring around your players, you know what I'm saying? Adrian Crook said the NFL does snap counts also. Yep. Everyone more said, remember Fisher sat McNair as long as he could before finally giving him the starting role. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I know, it was a different day and age back then, and of course, you wanted players to. It ain't like now with this 7-on-7 culture we live in. Basically, players they, you ready for them to start week 1 if they're a rookie. Whereas back then, they wanted you to sit for years before you actually got in the mix. But he sat him as long as he could. But he can deny Steve McNair. Best quarterback I don't ever see playing the SWAC in person, in my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? And Adrian Cook said you are paid to practice and work out. So yeah, it's a different level. You know what I'm saying? Malcolm Roach wasn't playing because of snap counts. They're not paying you more than they're not paying you more. They bench you. Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie. That's another instance too in the NFL when certain players have like certain incentives in their contract. Like they would rather bench you than pay you. You know what I'm saying? Edwin Moore said, he never respected SWAC. The only thing he said positive about the SWAC was thanking Odoms for not running up the score on him his first season, saying he was a man of class. Shaking my head. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it a buck. We kind of knew it was gonna be a stepping stone PWI Power 5 job, but at the end of the day, I'm not gonna lie. I really truly would have hoped he would have left under better circumstances. And I didn't knock him leaving to go to Colorado. I didn't like the way he left. And Autism Boy said, do I think Jamari Jones is overrated? I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest with you. I felt like he played well in the 2025 Blue versus Gold spring game. I felt like he was more of a dual threat quarterback than Jalen Woods. So no, I don't think he overrated, but I never expected him to beat out Jalen Woods to be the starting quarterback for Southern. So I think that's what it is, you know what I'm saying? For him to think he was just gonna come to Southern and just, beat out Jalen Woods. I ain't gonna lie, I felt like in the spring game he was trying to prove something. He was going way harder than Jalen Woods in terms of, he had something to prove. He was running on plays that, ordinarily you'd be like, all right, hey, blow the whistle. He just kept trying to prove stuff. I'm not like he played well from both a running and passing standpoint. He was clearly a better dual threat of the two. But at the end of the day, I felt like Jalen Woods earned stripes, and it was Jalen Woods' job to lose. You know what I'm saying? So no, he not. Jamari Jones is not overrated. In my opinion, Autism Boy College 81. But I felt like it was a difficult situation. And then once McCoy transferred from Jackson State to Southern, and then you got Dylan Compton, high school player coming from Bunkie, Louisiana, Voice Parish. Man, hey, he was in a tough spot. You know what I'm saying? And Adrian Cook said so. I guess he's moving a wide receiver. Who you talking about? Jamari Jones? I mean, if he out the door, man, I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, and one more said, neither did JSU. Did you hear the song they played as soon as the trophy presentation were over? If you're going to leave, then go. One monkey don't stop the show. Loved it. Yeah. Desmond Allen said, I knew Jamari left Southern because he was never on the roster. Yeah. Your boy Jay say, Trey Holly might save the OC job. They are saying he's as advertising. I'm not online from what I'm hearing behind the scenes. They said, a couple of clips I saw, people I talked to, the way they talk like Trey Holly, he the real deal. Does that make Southern a front runner win the SWAC championship? I'd already picked Southern to win the SWAC championship already, but does just his arrival, him leaving LSU and coming to Southern, does that make Southern a front runner to win the SWAC championship? No. I think on paper, I think if we're being honest, I think Jackson State is still the favorite to win the SWAC championship. But even with that being said, to keep it a buck, I've been hearing rave reviews and a couple of clips I've been seeing. Somebody I know that's been at practice behind the black gate, on the practice field, right in front of A.W. Mumford Stadium. Hey, the way they talking like, yeah, he the real deal, and he gonna be a problem to deal with in the SWAC. Barring that he could stay healthy. So, in my opinion, do I think Trey Holly make Southern a front runner to win a SWAC championship? No, but I don't think he's the key to Southern winning the SWAC championship, but I think he's going to be a very vital piece in Southern being successful this year. And I think him and Mike Franklin are going to be a good 1-2 punch. Not in terms of Mark Frederick, I'm not going to lie. Mark Frederick, I don't think adding 2 phenomenal running backs is going to suddenly make you a good offensive coordinator, but from a talent standpoint, the talent is definitely up. And it's going to make his job easier. But he's still a trash OC, in my opinion. I'm just going to keep it a buck, you know what I'm saying? And Adrian Cook was like, yeah, in Colorado, he ain't no damn quarterback. LOL. Darren Gaines said, this is the best quarterback room we had in a while. Yeah, big facts. Big facts. I'm not going to lie. Southern quarterback room for the last few years, it done been kind of trash, you know what I'm saying? Autism Boy said, well, do rank Jamari Jones as a quarterback? Right now, he ain't nowhere, Autism Boy, so evidently he was fourth on the depth chart, at least third from the standpoint of that made him leave, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Seed Brad said, I don't even expect to see Trey Holly suit up in the SU game. I disagree with you on that because, truthfully speaking, from what I'm understanding, he probably gonna try to, with the new transfer portal rules since COVID, everything is like the Wild Wild West. You know what I'm saying? So, truthfully speaking, it's the Wild Wild West. From what I'm understanding, he's gonna try to take this season. If he just go out there and ball out, if Southern win the SWAC championship and win a Black National Championship, and he has a phenomenal year, he probably gonna use this one season at Southern to basically go to another PWI Power 5 and become a starting running back elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? So I expect him to suit up. I expect him to be the man. And I think if he plays well enough, he'll probably either go back to LSU or he'll probably get picked up by another Power 5 PWI. Oh, Desmond Allen saying, hell yeah, he a front runner. I'll be 100%. You know what I'm saying? Adrian Cook said, we look good, people. Oh, big facts. Everything I'm seeing, I'm hearing. Yeah, Southern gonna be a problem this year, Adrian Cook. Big facts. And he said the running back room deep is more than just these two. Oh, no, without question. You know, I'm not saying it's just those two running backs, but, you know, some of them other running backs, I'm going to keep it a buck. I think they're gonna eventually, some of those other running backs, I think they're going to eventually hit the portal, you know what I'm saying? C. Brad said, SU fans act like Trey Holly don't have an upcoming trial date. Well, the thing about it is, in all actuality, I mean, he's been proclaiming his innocence since day one, first of all. Second of all, that the grand jury didn't even indict him. The fact that the grand jury didn't indict him, to me, that tells me you're innocent, because I've known individuals that I know for a fact weren't guilty and they were innocent. And the grand jury still invited them. So, I mean, the only reason why he got another continuance, you know, you got to look at it from two standpoints. In many instances, you know, here in Louisiana, when you get all these continuance, a lot of times if it's a hot button, hot topic issue, what they do is they give you continuance after continuance after continuance after continuance to let the situation die down, and they just drop the charges. They put you on probation, or they give you some type of pre-trial intervention program. In many instances, they're not just going to let you walk scot-free, even if you are innocent. So, and not only the fact that he, you know, he's proclaimed his innocence, and, you know, a lot of times when you see one person with locks, another person with locks, it's easy to mistake identity. I mean, as a coach and as a teacher, I've done it myself. So I could see that happening. You know what I'm saying? PV versus everybody. Salute. You got the looking emoji. Adrian Cook answered your question. Autism Boy, Cottage 81. He said, where do you rank him? He says a place kicker. Man, Adrian Cook a fool. PV versus everybody. He said, maybe that means that he can't evaluate quarterback talent. I mean, well, you got to realize, I'm not going to say that means he can't evaluate quarterback talent, because, I mean, if that's the case, from what I'm understanding from Dylan Compton been balling, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, you just can't assume that, you know what I'm saying? And Edwin Moore said, what are you talking about? He said, what has SU said for you to blurt that baseless statement on social media? Yes, indeed. Yeah, Jay Good was saying that too. He said, you know, if he does well, it's a 1-year rental. He would definitely get fed. Oh no, without question. You know what I'm saying? But that's another thing too. You know, we talked about, you know, how trash Mark Frederick is a play caller. And I felt like, you know, Kendrick Grimes, I felt like he should have played all three backs last year. But I felt like Kendrick Grimes should have got the bulk of the touches. A lot of those touches that Kobe Dillon got, I felt like Grimes should have got them. But, you know, is he going to force feed him? I don't know. I think Frederick and Graves, I think they like that whole backrock committee thing. You know, we're going to see how that play out. So hopefully, you know, he don't get in his own way and keep force feeding the wrong running back, you know, because there were instances last year where I felt like Kendrick Grimes had the hot hand and he kept trying to force feed Kobe Dillon. So hopefully, you know, him and Graves could get that right this year, because that was trash, you know what I'm saying? And basically, Casey, it is what it is, you know, so be it. I'm not gonna lie, you know, if Southern win the SWAC championship and win the Celebration Bowl Black National Championship and he leave, I'll be cool with that. I'll take that. And, you know, like people been saying in the chat, and people I've been talking behind the scenes. So hopefully, if he does well and he leaves, you know, it could reopen that gate, that bridge for players to come from LSU to Southern, you know what I'm saying? And Adrian Cook said, C. Brass, fun fact, the attempted murder charge was dropped already. And C. Brad saying, fun fact, he still has 2 pending felony charges. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I think that's kind of more semantics than anything. You know what I'm saying? The fact that a grand jury didn't indict him, that tell me everything I need to know. C. Brad and Adrian Crook was saying there's nothing to those other charges when the attempted murder charge was dropped. And and this one thing Jay Good pointed out, he and I talked about this behind the scenes. He said Southern now has 8 running backs on its roster. Man, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest with you. 8 running backs is a lot. This is not 1985. You know, teams not running the wishbone. They're not running wing T. You know, teams are not that run heavy. It's a pass happy spread type day and age we live in. A few of those running backs, at least a couple of them, might end up hitting the portal. You know what I'm saying? He said, not playoffs, Autism Boy, but in terms of the SWAC championship, without Jamari Jones, hell yeah, Jamari Jones wasn't even going to start Autism Boy. I mean, he wasn't going to be the starting quarterback. That's part of the reason why. I mean, I know Coach Gray said he had some family issues he had to deal with. So you know, it is what it is. But I think that's the reason why he transferred Autism Boy, and that's the reason why Adrian Crook said, where does he rank him? Place kicker. And Adrian Crook said, see, Brad, that means nothing. That don't mean jack nothing. EA, salute to you. He said, if the kid is charged, will SU cut him? He done already been charged, which you mean is convicted. So you can't indict a ham sandwich. And that's the thing about it. The fact that the phrase is you can indict a ham sandwich, what that means is it's easy to indict somebody. So the fact that he didn't get indicted, the grand jury didn't indict him, that tells you everything you need to know. So at the end of the day, I don't even think that's something we need to worry about. Now, if he's convicted, yeah, but from all accounts, I hear he's innocent. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he been pleading his innocence. He been pounding the table since day one. You know what I'm saying? Edwin Moore says, "See, Brass, where you getting this from? Have you pulled up the cases to see they're still on the docket, or are they still open?" I mean, and that's the thing about it. The only reason why he didn't, they didn't go to the last court date was because in Union Parish, the AC went out in the courtroom. And once the AC went out, they gave him another continuance. The continuance before that, he had a LSU teammate whose dad was the judge, and he recused himself from the case because of a conflict of interest. So these last couple continuances, from what I'm understanding, he's been frustrated by it. You know what I'm saying? Christopher Duke said, Catholics versus convicts 2.0. Man, Christopher Duke, man, you know I'm bad for that, bro. And Autism Boy said, by the way, do you 100% think you can give me a wrench? I'm not even gonna lie, Autism Boy. I'm definitely gonna get to the wrench thing. I plan on wrenching everybody up, but my YouTube skills when it comes to the wrench thing, I'm gonna have to let my brother Jared Green help me with that. That's the only reason why I hadn't given him. I've been having issues with this computer, but I done got that resolved, and I still ain't got to the wrench. But I'm gonna get to you and everybody in the chat, Autism Boy. Adrian Crook said Dukes, like the killer, the white tiger. Desmond Allen said, we got every school in here. Smell like y'all scared. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I likes that. I likes that. He said, what's the record versus FAMU the past 10 years? Is it still a rivalry? I mean, don't worry about it. Hey, ask me that same question, EA, at the end of this season. The only thing that matters is Southern is 1-0 against FAMU at the end of this season. And that's what I see based on what I'm seeing. You dig what I'm saying? G Boone said 23 dive. Oh, man, I'm not going to lie. When I was at Assumption, I used to love 23 dive. The only problem is the back that ran it. He ended up going to Grambling, Brad Hill. Israel Carey said, will y'all cut your AD at EA? All right. Adrian Cook, he said Dukes. there a few the player killed someone a few years back. Oh yeah, hey, hey, y'all better watch out. Y'all don't get Adrian Crook wound up. You dig what I'm saying? Dukes didn't. The football players get arrested on a murder charge a few years back. LOL. And your boy just said Trey Holly is serious, but they forget about Big Mike Franklin and the Louisiana Tech transfer running back Princeton Key. The room is rebuilt. Yeah, and that's something else they talked about in the Advocate. Mark Frederick said he didn't want to disrespect the running back room this year, and basically he wouldn't compare the running back room of last year with Kendrick Grimes, Kobe Dillon, and C.J. Russell to Trey Holly and Mike Franklin and Princeton Key and all the running backs they got on the roster. But basically he was saying the running back room has been upgraded. So that's you can take that with his word, but I definitely agree with him from that standpoint. You know what I'm saying? Whoever called SU versus FAMU a rivalry, I saw the band rivals. The game was the longest running series before FAMU made the move up. Adrian Crook said, we running RPO. That's triple option. Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but you still ain't got three backs in the backfield. You still not running the wishbone. You still not running T. You still not running full house backfield. You're not running the stacked eye. You're not running the wing T. I mean, it's still triple option. It's still football, but I mean, it's a spread look though, Adrian Crook. But you make a valid point though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What 10 years? Boy. That's Adrian Crook. But I told y'all, man, hey, bro, y'all been out provoke Adrian Crook. You know what I'm saying? Adrian Crook all out here, you know what I'm saying? He had said, start reading Crook comments. That boy had CTE. He won't remember in a few minutes what he said. Man, y'all crazy. Man, y'all wild up in here. But yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, I still think, Trey Holly, I think he's gonna have a major impact at Southern, you know what I'm saying? EA 19, 2-year split. That's still just 6. and Adrian Crook said Tigger, not Tiger. All right. Edwin Moore said, he said, it's interesting how everyone assumes SU isn't smart enough to know the status of the kid. At the same time, we spend time trying to trash the kid when LSU are speaking positive. I mean, that's the thing about it. I mean, in terms of everything I saw in terms of the content, Jay Good sent it to me. And, all the reporting I've seen from LSU content creators, basically they're saying, hey, they 100% believe he's guilty. And it's crazy that from a court date standpoint, he's gotten continuance after continuance after continuance after continuance. So even they believe he's innocent. So in terms of the negative publicity, the only reason why he's not playing at LSU is because they have a policy in place that, you can't have a pending felony charge and play at LSU. So that's the only reason why he's not at LSU. But the fact that he didn't get indicted, man, that tell me everything I need to know. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I mean, we just can't assume that he guilty just because he got pending charges. And that's the thing about black men in America. Me and a few people talk about this behind the scenes. When you a black man in America, you guilty until proven innocent. And I don't want black people to feed into this stereotype where if you a black man, you guilty until proven innocent. No, we need to get the same. We need to be treated the same way that everybody else is treated. We innocent until proven guilty. Not we guilty until proven innocent. No, we innocent until proven guilty. And I feel like that's how it should be. You know what I'm saying? Mosley 210 said, I bet EA can't tell you FAMU record versus JSU the last 25 years. Jay Good said, Got folks tuned in. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Desmond Allen said, we'll be fam. Sorry behind this year. Fam, you people don't trust your head coach. Yeah. And Israel Carey said, Mosley 210. See, Brad said, I can't wait until SU homecoming. I remember the results the last time we played y'all. I'm like, hey, we going to see. We shall see. We shall see this coming season. Hey, like my coach used to tell me all the time, hey, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery. So, I mean, hey, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? And Autism Boy said, does Southern have a good roster? Southern has a very good roster, Autism Boy College 81. Adrian Cook said, Mosley will remember y'all break between play and not hours. LOL. And Edwin Moore said, Adrian Crook, dang, I heard Dr. Greg's in the statement. Desmond Allen said, C. Brad's team in 2015 isn't playing this year. Adrian Crook said, Edwin, that's whom Pops did his student training under. I learned how to talk from him, Doc. Edwin can't beat me like Doc. LOL. All right, C. Brad said, Trey Holly's scheduled trial date is August 28. I wish the young man well. I mean, I wish him well too, but from everything I've heard, not only are they speaking positive of him, they saying he's innocent. Yeah, he got pending charges, but he's had like, I think 10, 11, 12 continuances or something like that. I mean, these charges came about. I mean, they was talking in the beginning of last season, like, even before last season, like, hey, they expected, him to go to court and everything be cleared up. It's not his fault that he didn't got so many continuances. That's why I say, the justice system in this country leaves a lot to be desired, but in particular, in the state of Louisiana, man, this justice system in Louisiana, man, hey. And like I say, all accounts I'm hearing that he's innocent. And he's been proclaiming his innocence since day one. If I didn't do nothing and I know I'm innocent, that's going to be the first thing I do. Come on all social media platforms and say, hey, I'm innocent. And he did the same thing via his social media. So at the end of the day, I believe 100% that he's innocent. He's going to get his day in court. I believe the charges are going to be dropped, in my personal opinion. Joseph Davis said, Holly is the real deal. He will be as good as the O-line allows him to be. And I'm going to be honest with you. The offensive line has chemistry. It has continuity. I think everything is going to work out. I think he's going to have an excellent season on the Bluff. EA, have y'all torn down the condemned gyms teams have to dress in and walk a mile to the stadium through broken glass, loose bricks, rats fighting? Oh, come on, EA. Man, come on, EA. What we doing, EA? Adrian Cook said, EA, you should travel more. Johnny Thornton said, trust me, all those continuations and no indictments, 90% of the time means evidence isn't there. I'm saying the same thing, Johnny Thornton. I mean, at the end of the day, Johnny Thornton, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I see these charges getting dropped, and I think it's gonna work out for him. You know what I'm saying? All right. LOL, it's said, not seed. All right, my bad, brother. My bad, said. Said Brass. Adrian Crook. EA, y'all can't compare to us, black boy. Oh my goodness. Man, hey, bro, I told y'all, man, y'all can't get Adrian Crook riled up here, man. What y'all doing, bro? Isaiah Wilson said LOL. EA said loose bricks. All right. Loose bricks. Well, I mean, hey, I don't know last time you've been on Southern campus, but they upgrading facilities all around the yard. You know what I'm saying? And Adrian Cook said, EA, what you talking about? Man, autism boy, Trey Holly played at LSU year before last. I don't know if you saw the last live stream. He played it. Well, he's the most decorated high school football player in Louisiana football history. He went to LSU. He played in about 4 games year before last. After the season, he had an unfortunate incident where it's a case of mistaken identity. He has locks. Another kid has locks. It was mistaken identity. So he had to sit out last season at LSU. So do I think he's overrated? The fact that he went to LSU and he transferred to Southern, of course, the only reason why he transferred to LSU is because LSU rules say you can't have a pending felony case and play. So he had to sit out last season. They thought everything would have been resolved by now. He's got continuance after continuance. So he was supposed to have this date in court multiple times. They keep pushing things back. Do I think he's overrated? Absolutely not. And SWAC teams are going to see how good he is this coming season. Adrian Crook said, EA, maybe you should read the newspaper. Oren told you're done behind about the state popping us more than Graham. Okay. EA can't compare. Adrian Crook on hand. EA top sports budget in the SWAC. Isaiah Wilson laughing. Adrian Crook said, y'all still stealing kids' endowments to upgrade state. Woo! Boy, hey, Adrian Crook, I told y'all, man, y'all can't get Adrian Crook riled up, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all still have unsafe handrails, black boy. Jags, Speedster, SUD line is my only concern. I mean, I don't know. There were times in the 2025 Blue versus Gold spring game that they played well, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I don't know. I mean, I don't think the D-line is going to be as big a concern. And then, of course, they got another LSU transfer on the defensive side of the ball, the defensive tackle, Demarion, what's his name? I think Southern D-line going to be good. And then, of course, you got Kelby Gibbons. I mean, if you don't replace Jason Dumas and Taj Brown, I mean, they keep replacing defensive lineman after defensive lineman. So I think they're going to be, be good as far as I'm concerned. I mean, that's one thing I'm not worried about is Southern defensive line and Southern defense. Edwin Moore said, anyone who follow BR News knows that there is an investigative reporter that will be all over this if there was something there on Holly. Crickets. Yeah, the fact that you don't hear WAFB talking about it, WBRZ, even Tiger Nation, and that's the thing about it. Everybody in Tiger Nation is supportive of him. All the LSU content creators, like they got this one guy after further review, he does both LSU and New Orleans Saints content, and he's spoken positive about him. And like everything you hear about Trey Holly is positive. So the fact that there's no negative publicity on Trey Holly, it tells you everything you need to know in terms of are we concerned about him being convicted? I don't think so. Johnny Thornton said, Coach 67, he said, please don't tell anyone I said, but the rest of the SWAC is nervous about Mr. Holly. And I wish I could take that a little more slick talk back. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. That's why people in my circle, they really believe that the addition of Trey Holly makes Southern the front runner to win the SWAC championship. I'm not just pulling this out my behind. I'm telling you what people I talk to say what they seen of him in real time in terms of watching him play. And in addition to that, not only watching him play, but what they think about Southern team. So the fact that they looking this good in camp, and I already told y'all what I thought about the Blue versus Gold spring game. Man, I have not seen quarterback play this good as Southern in a long time. So the fact that Southern defense has been carrying Southern for the past few years. Not the fact that you got some competent quarterbacks that can play well, and you got a beast. You got a few very talented running backs on the roster. The offensive line has been able to gel together, and they have chemistry and continuity. You know what I'm saying? In terms of the defense, hey, I mean, you've been replacing players like Jordan Lewis and Jason Dumas, and so that's why I'm not concerned about replacing Darius Harry, and Willie Miles, and Davin Cotton. I mean, if you could, I mean, because just think about it. Darius Harry replaced Taj Brown. Jason Dumas. So I'm confident about Southern's defensive line and Southern's defense. And then not only that, but Southern, you got 4 foundational piece players on Southern's defense. You got Kelby Gibbons. Of course, in the secondary, you got Herman Bristol III. I mean, you got Southern got everything they need. So in terms of Southern, defensively, they're going to be straight. The fact that the offense is looking up, man, hey, how's the rest of the SWAC? I'll be concerned. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a quote-unquote Southern content creator. I'm keeping it a buck. I'm not like Southern was trash. I wouldn't be talking so much. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just call a spade a spade. Jag, don't be worried. We deep. We got a tackle from LSU. Yeah, that's what we talking about. We talking about Demarion Johnson. And Jay Good said, in terms of Demarion Johnson, I'm interested to check him out too. Yeah, I mean, from what I'm understanding, from what I'm hearing, they say he's gonna be better than Willie Miles and Davin Cotton and Taj Brown. I mean, he's gonna be better than Taj Brown. I mean, hey. So I mean, we're gonna see. Time won't tell. I mean, I'm not blurting out everything I've been seeing on the little clips and everything my people telling me. Hey, I mean, it is what it is. And that's another interesting point too. The guy I talked about it after further review, the guy that does the Saints podcast and the LSU podcast, they expected everything to be cleared up last July. That's a very a great point, Edwin Moore. And in addition to that, the fact that they just keep giving you continuance after continuance after continuance. I've seen this firsthand, Edwin Moore. The fact that he kept getting continuance after continuance, that lets me know, and that tells me, man, these charges are going to be dropped. I promise you that. And Edwin Moore, Johnny Thornton said, I think you're 100% right. Oh, yeah, the fact that they keep giving him continuances and you're not hearing anything negative about him, man, that tells me everything I need to know about his case, you know what I'm saying? And Edwin Moore said, all these issues FAMU has with their president and governor at EA over here worrying about a kid in Louisiana. Make it make sense. Hey, that is an excellent point. Edwin Moore. EAC, do y'all believe in Doughboy as a coach? He's sweating out shirts in the first quarter. Man, bro, why you on grades like that, EA? Man, EA, come on, bro. I ain't gonna say now. I already know Adrian Crook gonna be on you. He said, EA, y'all didn't give Suggs a card. If y'all did FAMU flat broke between here, ground and problems. And more. Adrian Cook said, EA, do you believe in Kermit the Frog? And Adrian Crook said, Johnny, you good, Johnny Thornton. Adrian Crook said, I don't even post carry my screenshots. Just the cult members like Dukes. Get out on Front Street. Get put on Front Street. EA said, QB play could not get any worse. And that's the thing about it, EA. It couldn't get worse, but now it's a whole lot better. And said, quick question. Where y'all get Dumas from? Yeah. Edwin Moore said, anyone that don't feel good about their team in July, shame on them. It's stupid to think it's disrespectful to you for me to be confident in me. I don't get these folks nowadays. For real, huh? I mean, that's the thing about it. The fact that Southern looked great in a 2025 Blue vs. Gold spring game. And they looking good in summer camp. And I mean, I know they started a little bit ahead of everybody else because they play in the SWAC versus MEAC challenge. But I'm telling you right now, hey, Southern going to be a problem. If Southern stays healthy, and everything goes according to plan, man, hey, Southern going to be hoisting that trophy in Atlanta at the end of the season. Johnny Thornton said, Adrian Crook, thanks, bro. I don't. folks to think I'm out here snitching. EA, Adrian Crook said, EA, don't have a damn quarterback. And Adrian Crook said, Johnny, we good, I swear. Adrian Crook said, I saw your comments last night. You asked good questions, Johnny. Edwin Moore says, better than Brown? He's a bad man. All right. Israel Carey got the laughing emojis. And Jay Good said, a whole lot of concern. The same old Sutton. Adrian Crook said, her gambling. Coach, you going to Atlanta? That's the thing about it. Me and somebody else talked about that. You know, some stuff came up. I don't be able to make it to Atlanta, but I got something special planned for the first home game, you know, at AW. So y'all stay tuned for that. But of course, y'all know I'm definitely gonna be, you know, I'm gonna keep y'all posted on everything. You know what I'm saying? And Adrian Crook said, FAMU has no QB. Yeah, since Jeremy moved to the left. Autism boy, SU plays Alabama State and Fresno State coach. Yup. I don't worry about that Alabama State, but to keep it a buck, Fresno State, there's going to be behind kicking. Autism boy, Cottage 81. Adrian Crook said Gray's nephew on their schedule. Yup, they got Fresno State. They're going to Fresno. I know it's a money game, but I'm not interested in these money games. You know what I'm saying? And Johnny Thornton said again, Adrian, again, thanks. I learned to umpire baseball in high school. I believe in being objective and fair. Adrian Crook said, respect Johnny. Jared Harris said, homecoming. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. EA said, y'all always a problem. Then get monkey stomped by FAMU and JSU. Well, EA, things going to change this year. Time going to tell. Hey, I ain't going to keep just saying, hey, this, that, and the third. I want you to have that same energy after SU monkey stumps FAMU. I just want you to keep that same energy. Yeah, you did. Adrian Crook say sucks and more of a shopping on FAMU dollar. Jerry Harris said, we coming off that hill. Yeah, hey, we coming off that hill. I hope y'all ready for the smoke that y'all gonna have to deal with when y'all come off that hill. You know what I'm saying? And Avis Heat, here we go. Roughing the SWAC. He said, hey, Crook, it's the JSU SU game being moved to Jackson. That's what I heard. Man, I hope not. But we'll see. Desmond Allen said, I can't wait to see Jackson State play this year. Gosh, I can't wait. And Autism Boy said, making it to the SWAC championship. Yes, they made it to the SWAC championship, Adrian. Autism Boy. Autism Boy, I pick Southern and Jackson State to play in a SWAC championship, Autism Boy. But in terms of the FBS playoffs, no, they don't go to the FCS or the 1AA playoffs. And Adrian Crook said, no, Avis, y'all don't have proper lighting. So, no, y'all don't have proper lighting. So, he said, we ain't coming to JSU. And I anticipate Southern and Jackson State playing twice this year. Southern winning both games at AW Mumford Stadium, Peterson Field. But that's it for this particular live stream. We done had a full house tonight. Doc Holliday from HBC Overdrive. Of course, you know, JSU represented heavy tonight. You know what I'm saying? KC, of course, Jaguar Nation in here representing too. Adrian Crook. My brother Jared 11 Green on his channel tomorrow. We're going to have a special HBCU Fanatics edition of the Southern Baller Show. Y'all come over to his channel and check us out. We definitely going to continue more of this Southern versus Jackson State, Southern versus the SWAC talk over there on his channel. So y'all come through over there on his channel. My brother Jared 11 Green. Y'all come over there and check him out. Also, we'll check out my brother Brent Fox on his channel with his show. It's just me starring Brent Fox. Teldrin Leathers, your boy Jay, Joseph David. Man, we done had a full house. Juice HD. Man, salute to Israel Carey. Joseph David, your boy Jay. My brother Jay Good. Brother Blackwater Bayou. Darren Gaines. Autism Boy Cotty J81. G Boom. Said Brass. PB versus everybody. All right. Salute to you. Christopher Duke's always coming through. Boy, JSU representing heavy here tonight. In fact, the whole SWAC representing here tonight. My brother Desmond Allen. Edwin Moore. Mosley 210. Johnny Thornton. Jared Harris. Man, everybody coming through, showing love. I appreciate y'all to the fullest. Again, remember, if you have not done so already, please, like, share, subscribe to the channel. If you have not done so already, share with all your other people that you rock with the SWAC. You know, tell them come through, check me out, you dig. Subscribe to the channel, you know, show some love. Also, go check out my brother Brent Fox on his channel with his show. It's just me starring Brent Fox. Also, go check out my brother on his channel, Cadillac Red, on his channel, Supreme Bees Boxing Talk, you dig. Go check him out. Go check out my brother 78 Sports TV. And definitely go check out my brother Jared 11 Green. Tomorrow, the same time, about 24 hours from now, we're going to be over there on his channel. We're going to be talking about Trey Holly transferring to Southern. Who do we predict to win the SWAC? Southern versus Jackson State. And just SWAC talk in general. So, man, y'all come through to my brother channel tomorrow. About the same time, about 9 o'clock-ish. Man, I appreciate everybody coming through, showing some love. I definitely appreciate everybody that's going to catch this on playback. Everybody's going to catch it on playback. And everybody's been rocking with me since day one, man. I appreciate y'all to the fullest, you did. Man, I'll catch y'all on the rebound. Y'all have a blessed, phenomenal evening. Peace and blessings. And go Jags, you dig.